Okay, so here's another company that's apparently involved in this stuff. And this is Athenahealth. And Athena appears on the cover sheet for several of my records from Northside Medical Associates, 7201 Happy Hollow Road, Trussville, Alabama. In November, Northside Medical Associates was acquired by Pharos Group's Complete Health unit. And Pharos Capital is a healthcare-focused private equity firm based in Dallas, Texas, and Nashville, Tennessee. Complete Health website, they already list the Northside Medical Associates location on Happy Hollow Road, Trussville, as a Complete Health location. Athenahealth is providing cloud-based services for electronic health records, revenue cycle management and medical billing, patient engagement, care coordination, and population health management, as well as Hippocrates and other point-of-care mobile apps. It says their suite of integrated network-enabled services works to deliver measurable financial and clinical results to providers. So they do like patient portals, and they're also involved in handling these records, medical records. I requested my records, all of them, from Northside Medical Associates. And those are from Nurse Celeste Richardson and James Frankie Crum. And I saw them in 2019 and 2020. So when I asked for my records at the Trussville location, they told me that they couldn't give me my records that day. And that was a big red flag to me. My medical records, they appear heavily edited. And what's more, they were edited in the following way. Details about the truth of my injury that would support the truth of my injury, they were removed from my records. And they did other things like drop in like a boilerplate disclaimer where they should have been objectively looking at my injury. So they dropped in this big block of text and basically says everything that I didn't say. And some of this stuff is not true. So the main evidence of the editing, it's in this area of the physical exam. And the exact same text appears in both Celeste Richardson's records and Frankie Crum's records. So what that tells me is these were probably cleared by a singular source. So, this is possible some kind of conspiracy. Either a single source checked off on the final edits that went out to me to be given to me, the patient, in my records, or, somebody else edited these things besides the nurses, and I really hope that's not the case. When I got these, there was a cover sheet, and it reads letterhead Northside Medical Associates, Pell City location. Henry Medical Associates, Misty A, 70 Plaza Drive, Pell City. So, I didn't go to Pell City. I went to Trussville. So it looks like these were cleared at the least through the home office headquarters in Pell City. And anyways, the main proof of the editing is in this area in the physical exam, and this appears exactly the same on two nurses' records. All right, and it's this simple. In the area of the ears, right external auditory canal, no obstruction, arrhythmia, or discharge in normal appearance. Right tympanic membrane, pearly gray, and landmarks clear. Left tympanic membrane, pearly gray, and landmarks clear. All right, so there's something missing here, and that is the state of my left external auditory canal. Look at my MRI pictures, and you can see the reason. I had a massive infection in my head, and the source, this is the reason for all the edits. I had a broken skull injury, and this was misdiagnosed repeatedly by their partner, St. Vincent's Hospital, Birmingham, Alabama, Ascension. And I had 5 images done, looked at by 4 doctors associated with St. Vincent's Hospital. I had an X-ray, had 3 CT series, and I had MRI. And in several of these images, you can see clear broken bone in the area of the occipital condyle condylar canal. It's on the left side of my neck. It's at the top of my neck where my head and my neck join between my skull and first vertebrae in my cervical column of my neck. And and the more evidence that I find on this, I'm starting to lean toward the possibility that my injury was possibly some sort of patient dumping incident, and this involves EMTALA, EMTALA, and this is because I didn't have insurance or could show that I had income or money to pay for treatment. Went to the emergency room. And I believe that the hospital was using misdiagnosis to circumvent obeying this law. But in America, you go to the emergency department and you have a broken skull injury, they're required to provide treatment that stabilizes you. So I made it here to Northside Medical Associates in August 2019. And at this point, this injury, it was infected. It showed up as a mastoiditis. It was acknowledged as mastoiditis, and the infection. But they didn't, look at the source, which is it's very obvious. I had parasites that formed a nest in this wound. Pain was awful, horrible. And to go to these doctors, nurses, and have them tell me that nothing's wrong with me, and start to question my psychological state, my mental health state, this was insulting. And at the same time, I'm paying them money to do these jobs. So what happened was Frankie Crum in August, he stuck an instrument in my left ear, and he told me he could see the evidence of inflammation in the fluid that was, coming from this massive infection in my head. And so this was removed from his record and Celeste Richardson's record. So it looks like possibly evidence has been destroyed that would support the truth of this one way or another. I had to find this out later as a patient, got all my records and went through them. Yeah, okay, this company, Athena, these records are moving around on this this network service. You look there, and you may be able to find the originals.